Hello, my beautiful rebels and questioners of authority. I just put out the August energy update with the overarching theme of facing your fears. And then each week, you get another video from me that goes into kind of the energy that's here to support you and is calling you forward into that theme each week. And so this week, starting this August 2nd or even earlier, we're being called to stop blending in. It's time that we start standing out. And the image that really came to me before I got the words was the image of an octopus blending in with its surroundings, like melding into the ocean floor with its colors, and then the standing out turning into that like bright bread color. And if you read the blog, you'll see pictures that I found of each and the what I didn't draw cards, like see what came out for this weekly update. The card that I drew to kind of play into this was the octopus card from my animal spirit deck, and I'll show you what that looks like here. Just really quick, this octopus card. And from that image, and really what it is this that blending in requires living into patterns, behaviors, and habits that compromise your soul's core integrity and values. It compromises your boundaries and what you are really meant to do and be here on this earth in this lifetime. Blending in is about gaining acceptance and belonging under false pretenses, really, right? It's not who you truly are. And so the call isn't so much to stand out. I want to make sure that's really clear. It's not to stand out, it's to notice where you're still trying to blend in, where you're still falling into those old patterns or habits or behaviors that keep you safe, that keep you from losing that relationship or making waves or causing conflict or rubbing people the wrong way. We have all of these fears ingrained inside of us, not just from this lifetime, but from generations of epigenetic encoding and energetic encoding that tells us we have to fit in to be safe. We have to fit in order to belong, to be accepted, to be loved, and to survive. And that is no longer the case. Everything inside your body and your mind might be screaming that it is, but it is no longer the case. And what showed up next for me is actually, again, I intentionally picked this card out of my deck because the hawk came to me literally the day before I sat with this energy. So here's the hawk card, and I'm going to pause share and I'm going to bring you to the picture of, sorry for all the clicks from the mouse. So there we go. Here is the hawk. I was out doing a ladies golf tournament and like the third to last hole, I'm like done. And I'm just waiting for for everyone to like clear off so we can hit our shots towards the green. And I look back behind me and under the shade of these trees, there's this hawk just on the ground. No prey, no. I'm like, is it hurt? What's going on? And it lets me get so close before it finally flies up into a tree right there. And it doesn't like fly away, it flies up into the nearest tree. And it really spoke to me. And here's a little further away. I like that picture. It's just not as clear on the hawk, but that beautiful picture. It saw me coming the entire time. And that's the message of the hawk for this week. That kind of goes with the octopus. So the octopus kind of brings in what we're doing and what we need to stop doing, right? That blending in. The hawk brings in the support, the eyesight, the energetic, the third eye eyesight, the insight, the clarity to see, because the hawk sees everything. It sees every little detail and it sees the big picture too. And so you have these blind spots. You have these spots in your life where you don't recognize currently where you have these behaviors, these patterns, and where you're compromising yourself. And this hawk energy is here to help you see what you haven't been able to see it. Because you might be saying, I don't do anything to blend in anymore. Bullshit. You're doing something. I'm doing something. I can guarantee it. If you're watching this video, it's because there's still at least one blind spot, and I would go to venture many more than one. Because if you don't have any more blind spots, there's no reason for you to be here. There's no reason for you to be watching this. You're not you're not learning this stuff anymore. You are so beyond this, right? So, mm, oh, I love my cacao. Mm. This week really brings in that support because these blind spots, this acceptance, if you remember the August energy update, we're facing our fears. These blind spots, we're blind to them for a reason because our bodies, our minds, they don't want to look at them. They don't want to deal with them. They don't want to get rid of them. They are what make them feel safe. These blind spots are what makes you feel safe. And your soul is asking you to step into the unknown, to uncover all the blind spots so that you can then invite in your power. Because when you invite in your power, when you invite in your soul, when you are willing to let go of everything in order to bring your soul and your power into your body and truly embody it. Oh, baby, you are going to stand out without even trying. You are going to shine like the brightest beacon of light in the pitch dark. And you are going to magnetize into you all the good, all the incredible, all the miracles, all the abundance, all the right people, the right opportunities, everything that you've ever wanted and couldn't truly imagine or dream up or somehow manage to grasp is going to suddenly be right there for you once you are fully embodied your soul, your power, and you've let go of those blind spots. You've let go of those fears. You've let go of the known and stepped into the unknown. So that's what's here for you this week. If you are a member of my embodied uh, community, which is completely free, by the way, and it's chock full of resources. And I just added another one this morning after this first of the month's live call that links to a resource that I have come back to a few times since starting this spiritual journey of mine back in 2022. And it's from Brene Brown and her Dare to Lead values worksheet. She did a podcast episode on this with her sister back in 2022 on the Unlocking Us podcast about values and identifying what those are, really drilling down into what those are, and then looking at your behaviors, those patterns that help you live into your values, and those that don't, those that are compromising, those that are stepping all over those values. And I think that is beautiful. So if you're a member of my embodied community, go to the resource library in your membership account and find that link. I link to the podcast, which has the PDF right there. So you can listen to the podcast if you want, or you can just download the worksheet. I think it's 3 pages total, and two of them are like a list of potential values, something like that. It's time to really devote time to you. If you've been making excuses, the hawk sees, your soul sees. You aren't hiding anything. All right? You're just delaying the inevitable. And let me tell you, I gave some of this tough love in my embodied life call. If you keep fucking around, if you keep bullshitting and making excuses for not doing the work, I don't have time. I got all of these responsibilities. It's just going to get harder to do this. It's going to get more painful. You're going to lose more in order to bring your soul in. That if you just sit down and dedicate that time, set that boundary with yourself, with your family, your friends, your work, whatever it is that you keep making excuses for, and you say, no, I am my priority. I guarantee you, all of a sudden, you're going to find when you start doing this and you start really devoting honest to God time to yourself in this journey, in this work, in this energy, suddenly you're going to find that the things that shouldn't still be in your life just kind of melt away. And that includes people. And you're going to find that you have so much more time for the things that truly are valuable and truly are important and are meant to stay in your field, in your life. So the question for you is, when are you going to stop shitting yourself? When are you going to start doing this? When are you going to start really working with these energies? And if you're doing it already, I'm so fucking proud of you. That's so awesome because it is not easy, right? Sometimes it feels amazing and expansive, and sometimes it feels crunchy and hard and brittle and broken. And it's everything. But when you let yourself really get into it and really feel it, you start feeling everything. And you start to realize that you never let yourself really feel joy, really feel excitement, really feel happiness or pleasure before. And when you start to actually experience those, oh my God, it makes all the crunchy, crappy feelings so worth it because now you know what's available to you on the other side. And it is so beautiful and it is so amazing. So embodied. It's completely free to join. There's live calls. I just uploaded the 34th live call, and these are all pretty much an hour long. Some are a little shorter, some are a little longer. But so like 34 hours worth of live calls, plus there are some pre-recorded videos. There's some yoga sequences you can follow to help get activated and get into your power. There's guided meditations, there's PDF resources, audio, somatic resources, and it's all completely free. So, what are you waiting for? And because it's something I keep encouraging everyone is seek that one-on-one help that you need. I've needed one-on-one help. I have a coach that I work with. Maybe you already have someone that you work with. Otherwise, if you're vibing with me and what I'm saying, I am so happy to work with you. I work on the energetic level, the somatic level, the physical level, the mental level. I work on all of it with you based on where you're at and what you need to unlock the next the next thing for you, to help you see your blind spots, help you feel through those super crunchy hard spots and create new patterns that serve your soul, not your ego. So if that sounds like something you want or need, book a session with me or book a discovery call and we can talk about a coaching package if you want something longer term. It's entirely up to you. The choice is yours. And I hope that you choose your soul. Once you make that choice, it gets easier every time to keep making that choice. I love you so much. I'll see you again for next week's energy update. Have a very beautiful, beautiful August, my loves. Bye.